think back, if you were around, to the early 90s, and I'll identify 3 or 4 motivations that really launched Leadership Maine. Politics were a mess in the early 90s. There was a lack of civility, a lack of trust, a lack of understanding about the economy and about how government works. It was not a very nice environment to be in if you were working with the legislature at all. And it wasn't just the legislature, it was the business community and local government. Frequently at board meetings of MDF, we bemoaned the fact that it was so hard to identify up-and-coming leaders.
We really needed a new form of leadership. I saw it in corporate America, and I saw it in the public sector, and I saw it in the nonprofit sector. We were all faced with something just wasn't working anymore, and our leaders needed to step out of the traditional authoritarian command and control, as we called it back then, way of doing things, to engage people in a way that would bring lasting change.
Okay, here it goes.
I made a choice that I couldn't go up the wall. And the next day, I was the only one in the class who didn't climb. And the next day, Lou Snow, if you saw him, you would think of him as an older, curmudgeonly guy. When we were doing our reflections on the climb, he said to me, "Wow, it took a lot of courage for you to say no." And it meant a lot to me. So my tweet is, I've learned to surround myself with people who will support me when I'm the odd person out.
Clap, slap, clap.
I actually took the time on all the bus trips around the state to do a lot of reflection. I would call my Leadership Maine experience really a year of reflection for me. I needed to do several things. First of all, I needed to have courage. You need to be very respectful and honor the traditions and the history of our state as you've kind of journeyed throughout the state, but we also have to challenge where we're not progressing and we're not being innovative and where we're not moving forward. So that does take courage.
Managing Leadership Maine, which is a really big job. It was energizing. You got to meet the best and the brightest, new people every single year, see things you've never seen before, explore things that you'd never seen before, have a better understanding of our people. It was just magnificent. And my vision was to really give back to our state. That's the kind of thing you want to see replicated over and over and over, that the energy that's created doesn't end at the year end.
Your name is probably down here.
So Cheryl and I had many a lunch together in Olive Cafe, meeting periodically to see what was going on in each program and to see how we could keep supporting each other in the work that we were doing. And those were some of the best lunches, the best conversations. And they felt so important because we've been talking about marriages, and maybe this becomes a little difficult, but I've been talking about them as sister programs.
The thing I think that really captures the ICL spirit is that idea of taking leadership position from multiple perspectives or positions. So, leading beside you as a colleague and encouraging you and helping you understand where to go and being a partner in leadership.
I think Leadership Maine was all about developing networks, building coalitions, finding a way to work with diverse groups of people to get to a common goal, to find a common goal, and then work together to pursue it. And that definitely has been helpful in my work in this region. In thinking about my time with Leadership Maine, reading the book that we started right out with, Certain Trumpets, and talking about different styles of leadership, helped me come to an early conclusion that to be a good leader in this region, you didn't necessarily want to focus on what everybody wanted, but you really needed to think globally about the assets in a different way. The assets used to be just here to consume, and some of these natural resource assets have a greater value, held in their natural state and kept for people to come and visit at the same time that we're harvesting wood and doing the other things that we've always done.
I am a commitment to possibility. The possibility that exists when I accept there is more in me than I know, more in you than you think. And all of us put together than we can possibly imagine. And what's my job? My job is to help make that happen.
I am a part of the ICL Bigelow class, which started out with in-person outward bound experiences and sessions and learning. And then in March of 2020, it abruptly transitioned to an all virtual experience. And I have to say, it was a lifeline during uncertain times. Like we did in the ropes course, belay on each other during a time that was very difficult, and work through, talk through what we were even feeling and experiencing during that time, talking through what we were dealing with at work, and just through those breakouts, we ended up also hosting our graduation virtually online, which was, very meaningful. The team shifted and sent all of our award or our plaque that everybody gets each year that's unique in items, and really made it a really inclusive experience, even though we were on the screen.
Keep pulling, John. Put some weight into it. There we go. Nice. While a junior in high school, a guidance counselor told me that I was not college material. I've carried that ball of self-doubt for about 40 years. And yet today I stand among the state's finest leaders, graduating from Maine's most prestigious leadership class. How do you like me now? But know this, if you ever need help climbing a mountain, I'll be behind you, pushing you forward. If you ever need a guardian or a warrior, I will stand as a shield in front of you. And if you ever just need a friend, I'll proudly walk beside you, elephant to elephant.